Hello guys, welcome back to the second tutorial where we are looking at using Materialize CSS with our React application. In the first tutorial we looked at how we can get Materialize CSS into our React application from the CDN. Now for this second tutorial we are getting our Materialize CSS from the NPM. Okay, so we need this command to get the Materialize CSS. So we'll go into our application, right, and we are going to paste our application like so. And in front of this command, I'm going to put save and run that. Okay, the reason I've put save here is if you come to package.json, this one here, you realize here under the dependencies, we only have React and React DOM, React scripts. Once this is finished getting this Materialize CSS, this one, it will be registered under the dependencies there. Okay, and what it means when it's registered there, it means the module has been collected and placed within there with the other modules. Okay, so as you can see now, it's registered under the dependencies. And if we look inside the modules there, I'm gonna refresh this. If we come down there, and let's go to M, right, so we're nearly there. NOP Materialize should be somewhere here, right? So as you can see, with the Materialize CSS, it's now been obtained as a module, right? Within it, in the distribution there, you'll see we've got the style sheet. It comes in two presentations, the first one being uncompressed and the second one being compressed. That's the same thing with the JavaScript that is used to initialize the components. This one is uncompressed and this one is compressed. Okay, so in this folder here, we've got these two modules here, the ones that we're going to need, the style sheet and the JavaScript. Okay, only, right? I'm emphasizing only, so it's the style sheet and the JavaScript. Okay, so if we go to, we're going to close this, right? And now we've got the module with Materialize CSS. Now we're going to use it. We're going to create a component. So in there, I'm going to make a folder that I'm going to call components. All right. Within components, I'm going to have layout, another folder that I'm calling layout like so. Okay, now I'm going to do my component Navbar. All right, Navbar.js. okay, there we are. It's going to be a class component. All right, there we are. And so we've got our component like so. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to have, no, I don't want this one, sorry. We want CE, we want this one. Okay, so we've got our navbar component like so, right? What we want to do is we want to go to Materialize CSS and get the markup for that, for the navbar. There it is, and this is the markup we want. Okay, so let's get this markup, copy that, go to, yeah, we are going to place it here, right? Save that. Okay, now, so we've got our component, right? But we're not using this component yet. Okay, so we need to use it. If we come to app.js, and this time let us clean up this first. I want to get rid of that, and now I want to get rid of this. Okay, and we need to import first. This one must go out. Now we need to import the style, the component, right? So it's the navbar component that we want to import from the components folder, which is this one, components folder. Yeah, then we want that one, and now we can have our navbar. Close that. Okay, so we've got our navbar, right? So we are going to place it in here, navbar. There we are. Okay, so we've got our navbar, but you realize one thing. Yes, we've got our component, but we're not using the Materialize style sheet yet. So if we come there, right, we've got our component there. As you can see, it's not styled. So now let's go back to our application. We need to style this, and to do that, what we do now, the difference with the CDN, we're getting links, and those links we were placing them in the index HTML. But this time we do have a module that is our style sheet. So we need to come to index.js, and this is where we are going to import our style sheet, the Materialize style sheet. Yeah, there we get it. Yeah, the distribution there, then CSS, then Materialize dot mean like so, CSS, right? So we've got that. Okay, so we're going to save all of this, right? So we've got our style sheet there. Now let's see what we have now. Can you see? Okay, so it is working. The style sheet, we've got it right from the module. Okay, so let us make our application, our navbar look a bit prettier, a little bit. Then we want color of blue. Save that. Is it going to be blue? Yes, that looks blue. We want to sort out that. Right, so how do we do that? We are going to you have a div with a class name okay, let us do this. Div, close that, then inside here class name there, like so. That's better. Then we are going to have a class of container, right? Class of container, going to get this, and this is going to surround the UL. Paste and save this, and let's see what we have now. Right, that looks better now. Yeah, so now we're going to have a side nav there, and we're going to have a menu button there, which will always show on a large screen like this. Yeah, just like we did before. The whole idea here, guys, is to show you how you can use both the CDN and the NPM. Yeah, it's not so much about Materialize style sheet, how to use it. It's how to get this into your React application, right? Because as I was looking, searching for solutions, a lot of us have been struggling of how to get this in our React application. So this is exactly what I'm trying to show and help you, okay? So let us go ahead. We want a side nav, we said. So if we go here, we are looking for side nav. Side nav. Is this the side nav? Yes, that's the side nav, and we want the markup for that. Okay, right. So we get the side nav like so, and under there we are placing our side nav like that, and we need to close the images there, right? Then save this, and now we need to get our trigger, this trigger here, which we are going to place within the navbar itself. So we want to do that just before the logo, but outside this container. So we're going to paste it there, and in the class here we want to add show on large, right? Then we are going to save this, and let's have a look at what we have. Right, there is our menu, right? So we can see our menu. When we click, nothing happens, but then we want this as a hamburger. How do we do this? If you remember, noticed, I did emphasize when we were here that in that module we only had the class styles, the style sheet and the JavaScript for initialization. What we didn't have the Google font icons. So we are just going to do what we did previously and get these from the CDN. So we'll go back in there and we want get started. If we come down here, we want to get the, it will be somewhere here, right? Yeah, okay. So we want to grab them and come to our application like so. And so we have to go into the public folder, and we want the index HTML, and we are going to place our link there. Okay, so we're gonna save that. Now let's see what we have. If we look here, there we've got our hamburger, right? So if we click on there, the side nav is not there, it needs to be initialized. We've got the JavaScript within our module, so how do we pull out and that JavaScript to initialize our component, this component? Well, it's not different. It's not very, it is different, but not very different from what we did last time. So component did mount, right? So we need to get our initialization JavaScript from the documentation. This is for the Side Nav, isn't it, guys? Here, so Side Nav, we want the initialization JavaScript, and this is how we get the same. Copy this, come to our application, we're gonna paste it there, right? So we'll take off that because we know we need an object there. So the problem is here, okay? This is sorted out differently. Last time we did a const m equal to window.m, right? But this time our m is going to come from this import, m from that JavaScript in there, right? So distribution JavaScript, Materialize JavaScript, it's the mean version that we like, .css, right? We close that. So we save that like so, save all, come here to our application, right? Can't resolve that components layout JavaScript. Yeah, okay, let's go back and see what we have done, guys. Right, so that should be okay. The problem is on the components. Sorry, what is it saying? Cannot resolve. Okay, problem is here. Okay, materialize this one. Okay, let's see what we have. So we said m from this must be JS, isn't it? Save, right, come back here, reload this, right, click on there we are, guys. Okay, so that's the way to do it with the NPM way. For NPM, what you do to use this M here, that's what you do, as long as you remember it's not CSS, like the mistake that I did. If you were using the CDN, you would inside your did there, you will get your, you do a const M like that equals window dot M, yeah, but you don't do that for the module, the NPM, yeah. So I only hope this has been useful to those that have been searching on how to use either the NPM or the CDN to use the Materialize CSS within your application. Right. Now the next video will be the next tutorial. What I'm gonna show you is how to initialize multiple elements within your application. Okay, right. Okay then, guys, I only hope this did help you. So I'll ask you to subscribe, share it with your friends, and I'll look forward to your comments on what you think. And if you need any help, further help, just add them on your comments. Thank you. Bye-bye.